Welcome to Krusty Karl Does Danfoss VLT Drive, Part 2 and 3. I redid this one, trying to get it a little better quality to my screen from the recording. So I'm going to turn the light on here and see if that helps a bit. A little bit more glare there, isn't there? So that's better with that light on. So I've got this LCP. I installed it in this high-tech mayonnaise container. Just trying to hold it while I'm setting my parameters is what I'm trying to do with it. The D9 cable, male by females, plugged into the back of this LCP, local control panel. And I have it plugged into my drive. So you are viewing what I am seeing here is the information on the interface between us and the drive. On the other screen, I have my introduction that I use at the college. Couple things on safety. As always, safety glasses, capacitors, DC capacitors are kind of wacky, and they do wacky things, so always make sure you've got your safety glasses on. Between the drive and the motor, that is a radio frequency, so it will interfere with many things, and that's why typically encased in steel is the best route to take, so that the radio waves don't interact with anything and give outside influences. So that's one more thing. And at times in class, we set certain parameters in the drive, and the shaft is just moving a little bit, and people want a tendency to try and grab a hold of it and adjust it and overpower that little drive. And I always tell them, don't. So what we're going to do first is put this drive back how it came out of the box. And that's something that you will do in your career. If somebody's been working on any drive all day, made a mess of it, and you walk in, nothing's defaulted, you don't know where the manual is in relationship to the parameters in the drive settings. So that's one thing I would strongly say to do, is to know how to reset it back to how it came out of the box, which Danfoss calls initialization. Other companies call them reset 60s, all kinds of cool things like that. So if you've got a mess and you want to start from scratch, best way to do it is to do this. And there's other ways to check the parameters that have been changed inside of this LCP. Lots of ways to view that. Anyway, that's the first part we're going to do, is we're going to set it back how it came out of the box. And what it says to do is hold status, main menu, and OK while you're powering up the drive. And that's what we're going to do. I'm going to shut it off, the drive. I know you can't see that. You can only see my hands and my LCP and the Word document. So what I'm going to do is try, anyway, it doesn't always work because I'm a ways away from the drive, do all those things and fire it back up to initialize the drive. So here we go. Status, main menu, and OK. Status, main menu, OK. And you'll hear the drive. It's going through its... Well, that didn't do it, did it? It's kind of awkward, isn't it? Didn't do that at all. Shut it off again. Sometimes you have to do this twice. It showed initialization, but maybe I didn't leave it off long enough because I could see it was back where I'd left it off a couple labs from now. And we do this in school because when the students are done, you don't know whether they're at lab 10, 15, whatever the case may be. So it's easier to try and do this as we go. So status, main menu, and OK. There you go. Now you can see the initialization. Sometimes it does take a couple moments to do it, and it's setting it back how it came. The VLT drive is a great drive because it is meant for our HVAC trade. So it'll do pumps, centrifugal fans, it'll do compressors, it'll do many things. You can see we have an alarm light flashing, and that's normal because this drive, when it comes, there's a jumper between 13 and 27, and this alarm won't be on when you get it. But I have rewired all of this to make it easier in school to use, so I did not put a jumper there. So that's what the alarm's all about. So it wants to know, it says, hey, is this language, English, going to be okay? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to hit that, and we're going to now go in and set up the basic settings for North America to set it back so that it will now see and recognize 60 hertz 60 hertz as the fundamental frequency. Main menu. Press OK. So here we are. We're into operation and display. First things first. We will hit OK, and we will go in and we will do the basic settings is what we want, the first one. And we'll go in and click it. And as you see, the language is English, of course, right? And then the units for the motor will be hertz. And it says international. We don't want international. We want to change this to North America. And we will say OK to that. And that's basically all we need to do so far. The alarm's not going to go away. We have to make it go away when we put motor configuration inside of the parameters. Okay, so now we'll just get out of this. We're just going to push the status key. And you can see now there still is the alarm. And we're going to go in to our next part to this and put in the motor data and get rid of that error symbol. Okay, so we're going to leave this and we're going to make another lab with the putting all motor information into the LCP, and that will communicate then with the drive.